Okay, start the stream. Please stand by. Well, welcome everyone to the show. This is Susan for SLC Aquatics. Hashtag FishFamMom. Welcome, welcome, welcome on Tuesday evening. And we are so glad to have you with us and join us. And we hope that everyone has been having a wonderful Tuesday. And if you did catch the Real Fish Talk with Joel and Corey and Jimmy, we had a lot of fun for the last couple hours. Talked about a lot of different things. Okay, we've got Heather in the house. We've got Madfish Diva, Daryl Dimer. We've got Eric V. We've got Life with Fish. Love you. We've got Aquatic Express. Hi, Donald. We've got Rocks Tanks. We've got Brian Sharman. How do you say that? Sherman? Brian Sherman? I want to do you justice, man. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But Brian, welcome in the house. And we want to say hi to everyone. Everyone say hi to everybody. Yes, this is a wonderful stream. I'm excited because I'm just being able to do project after project after project, and that keeps me busy. And I enjoy my um, fish rooms more when I can do small projects. I somehow feel a little relieved because when you have overstock and you're able to take your overstock to your local fish store, which I was able to do. If you've been watching my channel, you've been catching my videos, my short little videos from off to the LFS, and Project 2 was a waterfall fail, and different things like that. I hope you all have been enjoying the short little videos that I've been putting up. So you'll have to let me know if you're not liking them. I appreciate the comments, and uh, I say Sherman or Schuerman, LOL. All right, Brian, thank you. I know it's German. It's a good, strong German name. We got 11 watching right now. Thank you. Only 3 likes. Oh, no, we're slow. We're slow on those likes. I guess you have to wait and watch for a few minutes. But if you saw my trailer from this morning, I've got project number 4 on the way, and we are getting ready to uh, do a kind of a makeover in the downstairs fish room. I'm going to try streaming from the downstairs fish room a couple times to see if my quality remains. And we're moving some furniture out. We're putting in new racks, and then the rack's going to hold my 5-gallon betta tanks, which I have acquired quite a few of bettas. Who in the world would have thought I would have been having a bunch of bettas? And if anybody wants to know where I got the hashtag FishFamMom apron from, Susan at Q Aquatics sent me 2 last week and just surprised me with them, and I'm so proud to wear them on the show. And she did it with my colors. And anyway, the video that I showed my gifts from Susan made me cry. Thank you, Madfish Diva. Hit that like button. Eric says, yep, yep. Thank you, guys. Oh, we've dropped off a few viewers already. But tonight, if anyone has any question and answer of my upcoming projects, project number 1, which is the outside pond, is on hold. So yes, thank you, Mad Fish Diva. The aprons are really nice. Thank you so much. I still like mine too, so can't wear them all the time. I'll have to rotate them. I even wore this one cooking breakfast this morning. Thank you for Heather for sharing my Patreon link. Yes, the first of the month has already come around, and that's when Patreon takes and deducts your $1 donation from your credit, or however you set up your Patreon donation. I appreciate it. I've been posting more information there. I'm going to repost the questionnaire that I have on there. Thanks, Eric. Um, let's see. Anyone have any new fish? I don't have any new fish except babies. Oh my goodness. If you follow me on Facebook, I don't know if I posted it on Instagram or not. I think I did. But I put my angels back together. And I cleared out the 55-gallon and made it an angel fish tank only, just to see how they would parent without stress. I am so excited, overwhelmed, but we have over 200 angelfish fry, free swimming. The parents are gathering them up and spitting them out in different locations. They're swarming around the parents. Oh my goodness. I'm excited. My fingers are still crossed. I'm hoping and praying that majority of them make it. I know water changes. There's plenty of little micro things for them to eat on. I'll be giving them first bites. I might even finally hatch out some baby brine shrimp and feed them some baby brine shrimp. Freshwater Fish Freaks in the house. Hello, Michael. Did I miss it? No. I rescheduled to 7 o'clock p.m. Central out of courtesy to the Real Fish Talk. And I'm going to try this for a little while and see how it goes. If it doesn't increase my crowd, I'm going back to 6 o'clock. Rox Tank says he's got 5 new blue bolt shrimp added to my tank today. I smiled for 3 minutes and now they're hiding. Exactly. Shrimp are known for hiding, just like plecos and some of the other exotic eels and things like that. Yep, you put them in the tank, you see them for a few minutes, and then they're gone. But you'll see them from time to time when they're feeding and molting. So I'm excited for you. Congratulations. Michael Freshwater Fish Frick says, I got some new palm tree corals. Palm tree corals. Do you have any film on them yet? I want to see what they look like. Heather says, congrats on the fry. Thank you. Oh, it was fun catching Henry, the yo-yo loach. I almost uprooted every plant in the aquarium trying to catch him. But I put him over in a 20-gallon so he could help take care of some snails over there. Eric says, may I ask, do you have one air pump in your fish room or individual pumps? Thanks. Eric, right now I have individual pumps. I have individual pumps, individual hang on the back, individual sponge filters. Every tank is running on its own system. And that's work sometimes, and it's expense, but I'm blessed because my son-in-law gave me so many of my filters, my hang on the back filters. I've bought my own sponge filters, and he gave me, I know I have 4 pumps, air pumps that he gave me, and I've purchased 3 or 4 myself. Downstairs fish room, we'll gradually go through changes to put everything kind of on one system, but it'll take a long time before I actually go to that expense. Um, the rack system that I'm putting up for my bettas, I'm trying to do an aquaponics with a sump, and I don't have all of the supplies and numbers out, on paper yet. And you really need to do your math. You need to do your numbers. And that's where my husband's going to come in at, because he's really, really good at measuring and doing the math. So I'm excited about that. Heather, thank you so much. Get your water change socks here. Don't forget, pick up you a pair of water change socks, because the motto is, if you're wearing those water change socks when you're doing water changes, you'll feel like you have extra help. They have my logo on it. They have my SLC Aquatics logo on them, and they're white socks. And they're supposed to be one size fits all, but you know how that goes sometimes. Hey, Susie, look what I have on. Welcome, Susie. Well, Susan. Susie Q. Donald says, Aquatic Express says, I plan on going to PetSmart to get some new shrimp and plecos for my new 50-gallon. Well, congratulations on your 50-gallon tank. I'm so happy for you. That is exciting. Susan said, I would love to put in a closed air system someday. Is that the one air filter with the PVC pipes and all that stuff? Is that called a closed air system? Thank you. You're educating me. Jason Fish Tropic is in the house. Hello, Jason. How are you doing, Mr. Cool? I see those glasses. Thumbs up. Freshwater Fish Freak. What happened? Oops, sorry. It's too funny. Oh, I thought your brother Buford was back in the house. Did you run him off into the woods? Oh, I missed a FaceTime call from my grandson. He's trying to call me again. I ought to tell him, log on to YouTube and see Nana on YouTube. Thanks, Susan. Yeah, closed. Let me get the wording right. A closed air system one day. Yeah, and with the Python to me helps with water changes if I do have to go from tank to tank. But I'm thinking about there's a 10-gallon tank over here that it's got a divider in it, and it has 2 bettas in it, and I've got 2 5-gallon tanks here that I've broken down, and one I've got to sterilize because it had the Corydoras in it that I was medicating. I ended up losing all of them, whatever they had. Believe me, antibiotics didn't help, antifungals didn't help, salt didn't help, Epsom salt didn't help, water changes didn't help. What else did I try? I didn't try levomycin because it didn't appear like anything that levomycin would help. But anyway, every one of those Corydoras, one at a time, just passed away. So I've got to sterilize that 5-gallon, and then I'm going to reseed it with some seeded sponge filters, and I'm going to put one of my bettas in that. Hello, Priscilla. I love you too. Did you see on my video this morning my trailer for my project number 4, changes to the downstairs fish room? The art that you sent to me that are in frames, I'm getting ready to hang them up in a I don't know, I'm not as creative, but I'm going to Display your art in my downstairs fish room. Susan says, ha ha ha, don't go by my verbiage. I don't know what I'm talking about. Ha ha ha. Well, we're going to call it a closed air system. How about that? That's sad. Sorry that you lost them all. Yeah, they were from my local fish store, and you never know where they come from. You don't know. And sometimes his tanks are not marked if they're medicating any of them. So, yeah, it's sad. There was 5 of them, and they looked like a hybrid of a black corridor and a peppered corridor. So, I don't know what kind of hybrids they were. I bought them as peppered corridors, but their coloration was always dark, and only 1 or 2 actually showed the peppered pattern that a peppered corridor has. And I really thought that last one was going to make it, and then all of a sudden his gut started rotting out. I mean, it's I've never dealt with that type of disease before. Kind of like, I guess some people have experienced hole in the head and, tumors and stuff like that that eat the flesh. To me, it's some kind of bacterial infection, but it was a strong one. That's why I'm going to bleach that thing out and let it sit for a while before I add anything to it. Michael says he's taken some pictures of the corals. Good. And Priscilla says, no, I still got to watch that. I will after this. Thanks. It's only like 1 minute and 35 seconds long. It's, how those trailers are on iMovie. And then Heather is sharing my Facebook group. Thank you so much, Heather. You are really on top of things tonight. My hat's off to you, girl. You're always busy and you're creative. And please check out Heather on Scarlet Aquatics on Facebook as well and on YouTube. We have Vinovsky Tank. Hello and welcome. We've got Big Easy's in the house. Hello, Mark. How you doing? Good to see you, sweetheart. Okay, Michael says that his palm tree corals are up on Instagram. All right, thank you. Yeah, I'm talking about losing all of those corridors to some kind of strong bacterial or parasite infection that kind of started out with a white fungus on their body, but this one that passed away never had the white fungus. His gut just exploded, kind of like something just ate away at it. Oh, are you asking me, Susan, what's in my summer tubs? Okay. My summer tubs have my goldfish. My 40-gallon has the goldfish. I have 3 goldfish, 1 female and 2 male, and they're spawning like crazy. I haven't pulled the spawn mops up to see if they have any eggs laid in it yet, but they're fun to watch while they're spawning. And the other one I put 2 gouramis in the 20-gallon, but the moonlight gourami disappeared. I don't know where she went. I don't know if she jumped ship and she's underneath of everything and I can't see her. But the opaline gourami is still in there by himself. And, I still got some more fish to take to my local fish store. So I'm thinking about bringing him back in and then putting guppies in the summer tubs. And, of course, when I get my pond in the ground, Susie, I am going to probably get some koi. I want to get some koi. Yeah, Michael's saying, what happened to Verona Aquatics? I never asked Heather. For some reason, nothing shows up in my YouTube feed, even though I have the bell on. Yeah, remember that the bell has options now. You can get every notification, occasional notifications, and I don't remember what the third option is. But the bell actually said that you'll get occasional notifications. So it depends on what server you're in or whatever. I don't know how they categorizes. We've got New England Endler in the house. Hello. And Heather says the word Verona was multiple meanings apparently and was confusing some people, so we rebranded. Okay, Heather, thanks for that explanation. But anyway, Scarlet Aquatics. Heather Nielsen from Scarlet Aquatics. Lumpy Dog is in the house. Hey, Jeff, how you doing tonight? Good to see you. Saw that you had a lot of fun last night on Joel's stream. And I'm getting ready to do changes downstairs. We're getting rid of our big, I don't know how big that thing is. I think it's a 29-inch analog television. And getting ready to donate that and get us a flat screen. And we're going to put that on the mantle. And right now I have a 3-piece sectional that my TV sits on. That's kind of like a 3-piece TV sectional, I guess. It's just 3 pieces of furniture. And we're going to donate them as well, or find out if anybody wants them before we donate them. And the day bed that's in my downstairs fish room, I don't know if y'all have ever seen it on camera or not. We're going to take that out of the fish room carefully because it was quite fun getting it in there. So we're going to take it out and put it in the living room with my sofa and recliner and stuff. And then the rack system, he bought me a rack for my betta tanks, and I'm going to put that up. And I'm going to bring my 10-gallon here down. It's going to be a grow out tank. And basically what's going to be left up here is the 29 behind me. And I'm going to try to get most of my fish supplies downstairs and turn this back into a business office. I will stream from here on occasion. My mind's not made up yet about my t-shirts and stuff. So right now, what you see on camera is going to stay. Okay? For this office. And then my downstairs fish room, well, I will work on organizing it better. And I'm still going to be picky about what I'm actually breeding. I'm going to set up probably a breeding for profit tank downstairs, and Michael says his pea puffers are giving me puppy dog eyes. Oh, Priscilla said I watched the trailer thing. That music is epic. Yeah, I love it. It gets the drama going, gets your anticipation stirred up. The New England Andler says, ever think of using an old free hot tub jacuzzi instead of small tubs? I see them for free on Craigslist at times. Yeah, I have thought about it because I actually saw someone do a video on an old jacuzzi, and that would be quite interesting. I would have to get a larger external filter for it because I can't remember how many gallons that hot tubs are. But yeah, I have thought about that only because I saw a video the other day. So yeah, that would be cool. Multi-tank addiction. Chris is in the house. Hey, sweetheart. Good to see you. Thanks for coming out. And but I have a couple that have volunteered to help me with my pond when I get the materials bought and get the area prepared for the pond. And boy, Heather's busy. Thank you, sweetheart. She's sharing my Patreon. And anyway, I'm going to be getting some different kinds of fish. Not sure if it's going to be live bearers or more egg layers, but somebody asked on Facebook, I think it was Jeff Myers, he asked if I had a 10-gallon, was it a 10-gallon or a 20-gallon? I think he said a 10-gallon tank. What would I put in it? And of course, I started with the substrate, and I put Eco Complete in there. I put some live plants like valves and water wisteria, anubias, java ferns, because they grow good in my water. And as far as a piece of driftwood and some caves. And then I said I would add 6 zebra danios. I would add corridoras for the bottom. And in the middle, I would add some neon tetras and 1 dwarf blue gourami. That's what I would do. Or I'd think of some other centerpiece fish. But that's what I would put in that 20-gallon, along with sponge filters, hang on the back filter for good filtration. Ouch, my knee just popped. Lumpy Dog says, get live bearers, or some more live bearers. Just my 2 cents. Yep. Lumpy Dog, you and I both have experienced live bearers to where we know that they're always a go-to fish. No matter what goes on in your fish room, if you've ever had live bearers, you end up going back to live bearers. Sherry and Will's in the house. Hey, Sherry, how you doing? Good to have you with us. Sherry and Sherry and Gina and I met a couple weekends ago, well, a month ago now. Had a great time. We went out to lunch, and then we went to Ed's Pet World. I still haven't gotten over there to do a interview with him yet, but I've got to make an appointment with Seth, who is the owner of Ed's Pet World, and get over there and do an interview, and that's going to be a great promotion for his business, and I can't wait to get it on YouTube. Susie says hi to Sherry. Hi, Chris. I think I missed you. And then Michael says, I've been gobbling up bow fronts lately. Whenever I find them in the marketplace on Let Go and Craigslist, I'll hopefully be getting another one tomorrow. Uh-huh. That's great. I'm about to be the bow front tank guy. Okay. And that's a good channel name for you, since you're doing freshwater and saltwater now. Madfish Diva says, I love bow fronts and freshwater fish freaks. And do I have any? I think I have, I think this is a 5-gallon. Yeah, I think I have 1 5-gallon that's kind of bow front. Priscilla said, I started getting guppies and endlers for feeders, and now I like endlers a lot. Yes, you've got some beautiful endlers. Sherry says, good thanks. Can only be on shortly. Work in the morning. Yes, it was so fun meeting all of you. That interview with the pet store will be great, Susan. Yes, Sherry, and I can't wait. I really can't. I missed Aquatic Express. Have you ever kept platies, Susan? I've kept them, but never bred them. I had platies briefly, Donald, when I started in the hobby a few years back, and I didn't like their aggression. And of course, I had guppies, and they have been known to harass the females, so I ended up taking them back. But it's possible that in this tank right here, I end up with some platies and swordtails for their color. I love their color and I love their activity. They're usually very active in the tank. You do have to watch them for aggression though. But if I have plenty of plant cover, it's going to be all right. So yeah, Donald, I'm going to maybe try to get some platies again and swordtails. Excuse me. Michael, the freshwater fish freak, says the two fluval edges I have are beautiful tanks, but a total pain to clean. Starting to see them as a little overrated. Okay, that's a good review. I mean, a lot of times when we first set up new equipment, and we start liking it, but the longer we have to get used to taking care of things and cleaning things, some things are not always what they start out to be. And that's one thing about in this hobby. Start with the simple things sometimes. And then some people say, don't start with the small tanks. Go ahead and get you a nice large tank. And as a child, I started out with 1 and 2 gallon bowls, glass bowls, and that's where my guppy bowls were. You put one bunch of guppies over here; they have babies. Then you split them up and put them over here in this other bowl. And then, yeah, I think back in the 70s, my mom got me like a 13 or a 13 and a half gallon aquarium. Had a hang on the back filter. I don't even think I had a heater. I think I even had an under gravel filter, which is abbreviated UG UGF, under gravel filter. And it was, you had to put the carbon in there and filter floss. It was just nasty. It was hard to clean. Chris says, gotta head out. Love you, Susan. Have a great night. Thank you, Chris. Be careful and have a great night yourself. Angels watch over you. Michael says, I started with a 10-gallon as a 10th birthday present from my aunt. Isn't that cool? That is so cool. I think it's cool. I started with guppies because an an older woman, kind of like a grandmother type person, she gave me those guppies because I couldn't, I just, when I was at her house, she couldn't pull me away from them. And so she got permission from my mom to let me take a few home. I don't even remember how many I brought home. And the beautiful thing was back in the 70s, those wild caught guppies that I was told, you might get a top sword or a bottom sword or a double sword or a lyre tail sword, lyre tail guppy pattern with the spots and the orange and the bars on them. Those are endlers. But back in the 70s, they were called guppies. Now you have the fancy guppy that has the longer body, the longer tail, the longer dorsal fins. Um, to me, they don't live as long. They will reproduce frequently, every 28 to 30 days. But I'm going to have to pull up some more information on genetics because I'm getting ready to do an experiment downstairs with my Dumbo ear mosaic dragons and my half moon mosaics. I'm getting ready to breed them together because the dragons, the Dumbo ears, have short bodies, and the half moon mosaics that I got from the fish nerd, they have really long bodies. And I don't want to show my fish because that gets kind of like crazy because they want you to document, you know, F1, F2, F3 and crossbreeding and inline breeding and outsourced breeding, and they want you to document all that. And I'm not quite that organized anymore. I used to be. I used to be very organized where I could write all that stuff down. Now, a person who's organized is Gina Tucker Aquariums. She even built a rack for her master test kit, and I think she ordered the glass vials for every aquarium, and then she built the board and all of those vials, 4 vials for each tank. And then tank 1, she numbers all of her tanks. Right now she's doing 1 tank a week, and I think she's on tank number 3. She might be on tank number 4 this week. But she's a very organized person. She has a spiral notebook and all of her notes. She keeps tabs on what fish she buys, when she buys them, and when she loses them, she documents their death. I mean, she is very detailed. I wish I was half that person, really. Um, Madfish Diva says yes, she remembers those endlers back in the 70s. And then Priscilla says, you kept fish before I was born. Woohoo! Yes, 1972. Yep, before you were even thought of. Heather is saying, get your coffee mugs, SLC Aquatics coffee mugs from Teespring. And it also on the back has hashtag FishFam. So yes, thank you, Heather. Aquatic Express says, I started off with a goldfish bowl. Now you know what, Donald? I have to go way back before the guppies. I was in 4th grade. My dad took us to the fair. He won 3 goldfish, and we brought them home in a bowl, and they died like in 2 weeks because I didn't know anything about keeping fish. And then he said, I'm sorry, Donald, I interrupted you. I started off with a goldfish bowl. My second tank was a 2.5-gallon betta tank. That's cool. That's basics, and I think that's wonderful. It's simplicity. We buried all of our goldfish. We had a funeral for them. New England Endlert says, they were called feeder fish when I was a kid. 12 for $1. Now, isn't that something? 12 for $1. Feeder fish, mosquito fish. Madfish Diva says, now that's really organized. Yes, and Gina has a craft room, and she has cubby holes for materials and different types of, she's just together. I love it. I have a 30, 31-day bill system, and I can't even keep it straight. Sherry says that's impressive. And then Priscilla says, I'm a patron of Susan. You should become one too. Thank you, Priscilla. And I'm also a patron of Priscilla, and you need to be a patron of Priscilla MK Art as well. And believe me, her Patreon page exceeds mine with data and inputs and projects and her artwork, and it's beautiful. But thank you, Priscilla, for boosting my Patreon channel as well. Aquatic Express says, I've thought about ordering a guppy trio from an eBay seller to cross with my guppies. Still deciding though. That's interesting, and be creative, Donald. Susie at Q Aquatic says, I feel like I have a lot to catch up on. My first tank was a year ago. I want to know how you started with 1 tank and how fast did you get all of those tanks that you have now? Because it seems like you popped on YouTube, you were a new fish keeper, but you had like 20 tanks. And I'm like, what? To just get started and never kept fish before? And now this year, everybody, Susie has dug her own pond. How many gallons is that? About a 600-gallon pond? I don't know. It's humongous to me. I don't want to see your water bill, though. Michael at Freshwater Fish Freak says, when I was your age, we kept electric eels. I tell you what, when I was your age, we kept electric eels. I tell you what. Okay, Michael, explain. Explain, Lucy. Explain, Lucy. Okay, Lumpy Dog says, I didn't start keeping fish until 1976. Susan was way more experienced than I do. 4 years. And I don't even know how long I kept them because we moved. We moved from one location. And I don't remember. I don't even remember how we transported them. I think I only took out some of the water and left the fish in the tank. And then I got black mollies. Oh, I fell in love with black mollies. So I've had goldfish, endlers, mollies, and at one point in the 80s, I had a 55-gallon tank that had the black skirted tetras, coolie loach, zebra danios, neon tetras, and I don't know what else. There was something else in that tank. But that house caught on fire, sadly, and you know, that tank got fried. Everything in it, busted the glass out and everything. We had funerals for our pets and had little gravestones made of rock. Put their names on the rocks with paint. That's sweet. I love it. HC Aqua's in the house. Hello, HC. How you doing? Good to see you. How's Hawaii? Are y'all still above water? Freshwater Fish Reef. If you count my betta when I was 2, then I've been keeping fish since 1982. Well, go ahead, Michael. So, Michael, you're as old as my oldest daughter. Because she was born in 80. And then I have a daughter that was born in 82, and a son that was born in 84, and then a son that was born in 92 that I didn't give birth to, but I wished I had. He's such a sweetheart. That's my husband's son. He's my son too. The king of animal care is in the house. Hi everyone. Hope everyone's doing great. We are doing great. I'm glad to see you join us. Yes, Priscilla's artwork is gorgeous. She is very gifted and very talented, and I'm quite honored to know her. Eric says, I had one tank in 1996. LOL. That's okay. This is great. We're reminiscing. What? Susan says her pond is over 2,000 gallons. Oh my God. I didn't even do it justice. Woo, girl. I can't wait till those koi grow and reproduce for you. Heather says, I love your pond, Susie. HC Aqua says, hey to Heather. Sherry says, good night all my fishy friends. Love. Have a blessed evening. You too, Sherry. I pray that you have a good shift and everything goes well. JH Aquatics is in the house. Hey, Joseph. Hola, amigo. ¿Cómo estás? Estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? See you soon, Sherry. Eric says. Madfish Diva says, oh, that's sad, Susan. It is. But even sadder that I didn't go into the detail was I almost lost my son who was almost 4 years old at that time. But God. That's the testimony. But God. Oh, yep, that was a traumatic moment. Jesse says Hawaii is getting bigger. Thanks for asking. Great. Because when the lava from the islands harden up, it creates more land mass. I do know. And then the beautiful green grass and green vegetation that grows on top of it It's odd how that happens. The lava destroys the old life, but it reproduces new, green, beautiful life. Joseph says, hashtag fish fam love. Looky here, Joseph. Q Aquatics. Susan at Q Aquatics sent me 2 aprons with hashtag fish fam mom on them. A black one and a white one. And Susie, I forgot to tell you how beautiful the color is. That teal color is my color. I love it. Everything aquatic is in the house. Well, hello. My goodness, it's been forever. Finally caught you. Yes, thank you. Everything aquatic. So good to see you. Michael says, I'm going to have to go. The kids are going wild and should be in bed. Good night. All right, Michael. You have a blessed night, and kiss and hug them kids for me, would you? They'll probably go, ooh, especially your son. But tell him I love him and your little girl. Um, Priscilla says, thank you, Sherry and Susan. Madfish Diva says, wow, praise him. Yep, I do praise him. And if anybody has noticed on my YouTube channel, I have a second channel now, and I did post it. And it's for those who do desire to come over. It's called Susan Shares Inspirational Messages. And Madfish Diva, that just makes me realize that I need to start giving some testimonies on that channel. It's only got 1 or 2 videos. But if you're interested, click on that link. I'm not going to post it in the channel here, but it is on my YouTube channel page. If you're interested, come on over there, subscribe, and hang out with me. I'm going to record some songs and worship songs. I read Bible scriptures, etc. Okay, Mark says, my 75 is 17 or more. My goodness. That's a long time to have an aquarium. That's wonderful. And I bet you've had all kinds of different kinds of fish in there too. Um, Daryl Dimer. Hi, the Fish Loft NJH. Fish. Oh, I missed the Fish Loft. Hello. Welcome to the stream. I'm only going to go 10 more minutes because starting later after the Real Fish Talk puts a crunch, I want to say. It doesn't put a damper on things because I love it. I love being here with you guys. And I love being a part of the Fish Fam community. Joseph has some good news if y'all haven't seen his latest news about his trip to Peru coming up. Heather is sharing my Facebook group page. Thank you, Heather. Joseph is saying hi to all the beautiful people. Madfish Diva says, will do. J.H. Aquatics says, I hope you are well, to Daryl Dimer. And Mark says, yes. He's had those fish a long time and had lots of different fish in there. Aquatic Express says, what's your oldest fish, Susan? The ones that I have now, my oldest one has to be the gouramis because I bought them from Gina Tucker Aquariums when I bought her 55-gallon. And, oh boy, the oldest fish that I have is probably my female Corridora, who is 3.5 inches. She's 3.5 inches long. She is probably 1.25 inches in diameter. She is the biggest Corridora I've ever seen. She has produced most of the Corridoras that I have, with exceptions to a couple male that I bought at a different fish store in order to keep the strain, pure and not breed out. And I don't know if they breed out. I don't know if their genetics change as they are inbreeding. But I've sold corridors. I've given corridors away. My corridors breed so well by themselves that I don't intervene a lot of times. Now the 4 that I have downstairs in the 25-gallon tank, I did intervene there and remove some eggs and hatch them out in a little 1-gallon container. Let me catch up. Priscilla says, JH Aquatics, oh, thank you. I am your favorite, too. So nice of you. LOL. Just kidding. Yes. Oh, JH says, Peru is paid in full. No turning back. Awesome. Congratulations, Joseph. HC is saying hi to Mark. Big Easy. And then Joseph says, you know it, girl. Priscilla MK Art. HC Aqua says, congrats on funding that trip, Joseph. Yeah, Joseph's been working overtime to make money, and now his next project probably is to get that new camera that he wants to get. Yep, he got a second job. Daryl Dimer says, I'm well, Joseph. My dog Bella is doing much better. Great, Daryl. I'm glad to hear that too. She had a very low platelet count and had the vet worried, and I hope tests are better tomorrow. Well, Daryl, I'm going to continue to pray for Bella and believe that the platelet count's going to come up. And whatever was causing the low platelet count is healed. King Lee is in the house. Oh my goodness. I am so honored to have you in here, King Lee. So good to have you. Everything Aquatic says, I had to cut back when I started working last year, but the oldest fish I ever had lived to be 29 years. My longest running tank, a 90-gallon, has been up since I bought it in 1995. That's awesome. That is so awesome. Everything Aquatic is Dina, my friend Dina. Check out her website at Everything Aquatic. Is it .com/store? And she's also on Facebook. For look for Everything Aquatic. She has fish. She has foods and medicated foods. She has medication, and she has product for the fish room that you can purchase from her. Check her out as well. Priscilla says, Joseph, you need a third job, LOL. Madfish Diva says, wishing your dog well, Daryl. HC Aqua, hi King Lee. Madfish Diva saying hi to King. Daryl saying hi. Priscilla, Daryl changed his picture. Glad about the doggy. Yes. Cecilia's Hobbies is in the house. Hey, Cecilia. Hey, honey. Oh, I'm only going to be here 5 more minutes, guys. Thank you so much for everyone that's come out and been a part of this. We've talked about my project for the fish room downstairs, and this office fish room. I'm going to keep the 29 behind me and probably the t-shirt rack. And I tried to move the t-shirts where you can see them. We've got Sergeant Tanks and Pets on top. We've got Green Oasis Farms. We have Aquarium Co-op, Steamfight Aquatics. We have PEMG Hustle Woman Aquatics. We also have AMA Aquatics right here. And that's my apron. SLC Aquatics right there. We want to support one another, love one another. Those that want to check out my second channel, go to my YouTube channel page, scroll down, you'll see my second channel. It's called Susan Shares Inspirational Messages. And King Lee, I want to let you know that this tank behind me is full of blue-green Moscows. and I'm getting ready to take a few to my local fish store so that they can keep on populating. I have 5 baby angelfish in there as well. One's not acting well tonight, kind of mopey. I have 2 autocinclus in here. I have 1 peppered corridora. Um, I had a female that was dropping babies tonight, but as fast as she dropped them, they ate them. If she wasn't eating them, the angelfish was getting to them. So anyway, maybe a few made it, and I'll be watching her from here on out to make sure that I can put her in a breeding net to save some of those babies next time. But she's still really big. She was so big she looked like she was about to bust. And what else? We're wrapping this up. Susan for SLC Aquatics. Everything Aquatic says, thanks Aquatic Express. It was a silver dollar I rescued from a disaster of a tank. I had it a little over 15 years in all. Oh, it won't let you post the link. I'm sorry. I got to give you mod status. Now you can post it, Dina. Go ahead and post it before I log off. How did the surgery go, King Lee? King Lee, King Lee? I'm missing out on that. But thanks for everyone coming out tonight. Stay posted on my projects. I have been putting up little trailers to get people's interest perked. And when I get through filming, store everythingaquatic.net is my store website. Oh, King Lee had back surgery. Oh my goodness. I hope everything came out all right and you're healing up, King Lee. You're welcome, Dina. King Lee says, I'm still here. And JH says, I'm putting good thoughts for King Lee. And King Lee, you know, I am praying for your healing. And you're at the hospital still, okay? Well, we're still praying and sending the word to you, King Lee, that the Lord touch you and heal you. And by all means, take that pain away and get you back on your feet as quickly as possible. HC says, didn't know that, King Lee. I didn't either. I missed it somewhere. Sorry. Hoping the best for you. Hope for a swift recovery, King Lee. Daryl says, get better, King Lee. Thanks for the well wishes for Bella. Good night, everyone. JH says, rest, man. Heal up and kick some butt. Madfish Diva sending healing light to King Lee. Thank you, everyone. Love you. Thanks for joining us here at SLC Aquatics. Hashtag FishFamMom. See you next week. Bye-bye.